Hey guys, I hope that I'm live right now. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues for the audio or the video, please let me know. Hello everyone, I hope that I'm live right now, guys. If you guys are able to listen to me properly, as well as there's no issues with the audio or the video, please let me know. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. How are you guys? Good evening, everyone. How are you guys? Everything is fine. Everything is great. No issues. Amazing, guys. Amazing. Okay, so do let me know, guys. What have we? Just a quick revision, guys. What have we studied in our last class? Do let me know, guys. What have we studied in our last class, guys? We studied about some tags, right? HTML, CSS, doc type, HTML, tags, div tag as well. Okay. Anything else, guys? Anything else? We studied about the website as well, right? Hierarchical order of HTML as well, Dribble and Figma. It is triple B, Anil. It is triple B, DRIBBBLE, right? Yesterday we saw some of the pets as well. So in the last, just to chill a bit, we saw some of my pets as well. So today I will let you guys meet Lucy as well, the white cat. Okay. So all these things we did yesterday. So today our aim is to first of all revise the HTML concepts by building the mock website itself, guys. And the second half, our aim is to start learning about CSS. Okay, are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. So that will be the aim of today's class, guys. There are two aims of today's class. First, to convert the mockup into our website itself. Okay, just revising the concepts of HTML. And the second half, our aim will be the CSS itself. Okay, so somebody asking what is that emoji behind you. So that basically, my friends, is my virtual pet. I hope that you guys are able to see him. Okay, so he is my virtual pet itself down somewhere right over here. I guess it should be present. So it's a virtual pet. I haven't given him any name up till this very point of time. So I'm thinking about naming him. So let's see how that goes on as well. Okay. So I haven't named him up till this point of time. I don't even know if it's a. I think so. It's a him, but yeah, it's also tired, I guess. Okay, no issues in that. So give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Okay, give me a second, guys. This, my friends, is Lucy. हाँ 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 बच्चा हाँ हाँ ये पकड़ लेते हैं हाँ हाँ मीट एवरीबॉडी हाँ से हाय say hi. Hi, everybody. No, don't want to say hi. Say hi. Okay, okay. You want to go? Now I'm all hairy. He likes people not to touch her. Okay. So yeah, so now that you have met my final pet itself, now we can focus upon the class as well, right? Okay, great. So let's get started with our class, guys. Okay, let me open up Code Sandbox once, as well as our PPT. Let me open up the PPT as well. So this was the PPT that we were using. Yeah, so this is the mock-up that we were having from yesterday's class. Let me take out your chat as well, and let me put it up on the left hand side and the right hand side. Okay, so today's aim is to first of all convert the mock-up into a website, guys. As you're able to see, it is very much easy, right? We are able to immediately spot on some of the stuff. Where is my pen? Okay, so right over here, guys, as you're able to see, some of the basic stuff we are immediately able to spot on, like this is an h1 tag. This is almost half the size of our h1 tag, so this will be our h3 tag itself. There's some problem with this, guys. There's some problem with this. It does not look like as simple as yesterday, right? This is a normal paragraph tag. This is an image tag itself. Again, a normal paragraph tag right over here. An unordered list right over here, guys. So basic stuff we are able to immediately identify out of this. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please let me know. Now the basic stuff we are immediately able to identify out of this, guys. So it shouldn't be very complicated for us to create something that looks the exact same, right? So let's start off with our page itself. Give me a second. Let me open up our code sandbox. Let me put it up on the right hand side of our screen and the chat on the left hand side. And let's get started with our coding itself. So we'll just create a new sandbox itself, guys. Why to use the old one? Let's create a new sandbox from scratch itself. We will be able to start. We'll open up our browser on a new page that we don't renew this. Why H3 and not H2 first? So basically H3 is half the size of H1. And approximately by seeing the mockup, it feels as if the text is almost half the size of our H1 itself. Due to that very reason, we're going to use an H3. But after using H3, if we feel as if H3 is not the one that is suitable, we can play around with the other tags as well. We'll remove everything from right over here and we'll start with our HTML tag. So HTML tag, the closing HTML tag as well. We'll have our head tag right over here. The closing head tag as well. We'll have our title tag as well, guys. And we'll put our mock up right over here. We'll have our body tag as well, guys. And we'll put our website right over here. The first thing that we have to do is create the h1 tag, guys. Let's create the h1 tag right over here, guys. The h1 tag, and we'll put up our message right over here itself. So our message will be very simple. That is, let us look at the mockup. It says list of highest paid jobs in 2021. So we'll convert it into 2023 itself. List of paid jobs in 2023. Okay, we'll save it. We'll go back to our website and reload our page itself and just zoom in a bit into it. As you're able to see, we are able to see our H1 tag right over here. List of highest paid jobs in 2023. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. Right? We'll move on to the next particular thing. That is the H3 tag right over there, guys. And that will contain by Taurus Sinha. We'll save it. We'll go back to our website, reload the page. But as you're able to see, the by Shaurasana line, the Shaurasana is not the exact same as what appears in our mockup. Are you guys able to see this? The Shaurasana is not the exact same as what it appears in our mockup. In the mockup, Shaurasana is a little bit in italics, right? Chaurasana is in a little bit of italics itself. So it should be an H3 tag, but it should also be italics in nature. What we're going to do is we are going to use the I tag. Okay, we are going to use the I tag and include Chaurasana into an I tag itself, guys. That will convert Chaurasana not just into an H3 tag, but whatever is present inside of this I tag will become italics, guys. Whatever is present between these I tags will become italics. We go back to our website and reload our page itself. Okay, I didn't save it, so I will have to save my code first. Then go back to the website and reload the page. As you are able to see, the by and then the Shaurasana comes in italics. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Yes? Great. Next, we need to put out the date, guys. So the date, we are going to put it up inside of a paragraph tag right over here. And the date, we'll put it up of today's day itself in the same format. That is May 25, 2023. Okay, we'll save it. We'll go back to our website, reload the page. That is also coming up properly on our website. The next thing that we have to do is we have to put up the image. So let us find this image, guys. So we'll go into Google Images and then MDN logo. Okay, MDN logo. This is where we will be able to find the logo. This is what it looks like. We need the blue one. It's a bit blurry. We get the blue one directly. Let us see. Looks a bit blurry right now. Go into SVG and try to find it. Maybe we are able to get it from right over there. No. Okay. So usually your UI UX designer will provide you with these files, okay, with the logos and everything. For right now, for our purpose, we'll just use the logo that we are able to find like that. Okay. I think so. I should have the logo on my PC as well. Let us see. I have the logo. Yeah, I have the logo on my PC. So let us see. So yesterday we saw how to take up a logo from the internet. What if you have the logo, you have the image? How can we use that image itself? So what we're going to do is right over here, we are going to upload a particular file, guys. We're going to upload a particular file from right over here, guys. And I have the file on my desktop called as logo.png. So we'll take up that as well. Okay, so as you're able to see, we have uploaded our logo.png file right over here. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. We have uploaded our logo.png file right over here, guys. And now we're going to use this logo.png right over here. So image tag, the source we're going to put up as ./logo.png. Okay, ./logo.png, guys. Now why ./? The ./ basically means inside of the same folder where your index.html is present. Dot basically means inside of the same folder where index.html is present. So this is the folder, this files folder that you are able to see right over here. This is where our index.html is present, right, guys? Please do listen to this very carefully. Dot basically means right over here in the same folder wherein index.html is present. Find a file called as logo.png. That is the meaning of this particular line, guys. The same folder where index.html is present, find a particular file called as logo.png. And we are going to put up the alternate text as MDN logo. Okay, so that is the name of this logo, MDN logo itself. We go back to our website, reload our page itself. And as you're able to see, this particular logo is appearing right now on our screen. What we did is we clicked on upload right over here. We clicked on this up arrow, upload files. We uploaded the image from the local laptop itself. We uploaded the image from right over here. And then we used dot slash as the path to this particular logo itself, guys. The next thing that we are going to have is again a paragraph tag right over here. An opening and a closing paragraph tag. This particular paragraph tag, let us see what it needs to contain. Should contain, this is a list of highest paid jobs in the IT field. Okay, so let us type that out. This is the list of the highest paid jobs in the IT in 2023, and let us see if that works or not. Yes, it is working absolutely fine. There's no issues whatsoever. And then we need to provide it with the UL, that is the unordered list, guys. Okay. So if we don't put dot forward slash, will it not work, sir? So Kanis, like I said, we need to be organized. Okay, even if it does not, if it works or not, it depends upon your computer. Sometimes it will work, but on the cloud, when you're working with actual websites, it will not work at that point of time. Inside of your own computer, it will work. But we are not working in just your computer. We need to make sure that everybody is able to like use this particular code. That is the proper way of writing it, guys. Okay. The next little thing that we have to do is we have to create a UL tag, that is the unordered list itself, guys. We'll close the UL tag as well. We'll start putting up the list items under it. Okay, so there needs to be 3 list items, guys. I'm just going to copy this out two more times. And we are going to start putting it up right over here. So full stack web developers. Then you are having your data analysts. And then you are having your last particular topic, that is software engineers. So we'll save this right over here, guys, and we'll go back to our website and reload the page. Why are we using UL tag? Can you please explain? Radhika Best, were you not present in yesterday's class? I think so. I've already explained it, right? Sir, please notes. The notes are already present inside of the Discord channel. Just go to the Discord channel. You will be able to find the notes right over there. So you're able to see we have finally converted the mockup into a functioning website, guys. This is a functioning website right over here. We go back and see our mockup. It is the exact same as our mockup, guys. Okay, are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. It's the exact same as our mockup itself, guys. Of course, this website does not look good. It looks very shabby. It is not a very good looking website. The next thing that we need to start learning about is how to add style to our websites. Okay, how to add colors and different stuff to our website itself. For that, we need to learn something called as CSS or cascading style sheets, guys. Are you trying to say, let me see. So are you trying just to say if we have our image in PNG format, we can directly use it in image tag? Harshita, whatever format that you are having your image, whether it be PNG, JPEG, JPG, any format, SVG, any format that you are having right over there, you can use your own image as well. That is what I'm trying to say. That you don't have to directly use websites, like directly use like links to the image itself. You can actually use your very own image as well. That is the reason why I use my very own image right over here. So let's start by learning CSS, guys. Now, there are 3 ways in which you can put up CSS, okay, inside of your code, guys. There are 3 ways of putting up CSS inside of your code. Now, this is something that will be helpful for you guys in your interviews, where they will be asking this question very bluntly. What are the ways of using CSS in your code? The 3 ways, guys: inline, internal, and external, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. Inline, internal, and external. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. There are 3 ways of putting up CSS inside of your code, guys: inline, internal, and external. Let's start by understanding how to put inline CSS. Let's assume I want my particular heading to be blue in color. Instead of black, I want it to be blue in color itself. So let us see how to do that using your inline CSS itself. So inline, as the name suggests, the CSS should be put in the same line as your HTML code. Okay, your CSS should be put in the same line as your CSS code, HTML code itself. So right over here, this is the H1 code that we are having, right? We're having the H1 code right over here. So we'll put style. I will put the style as color should be blue. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. We are putting up that the style, we are assigning an attribute right over here, guys. We are assigning a property to this particular h1 tag, and this property basically says that the color of this h1 tag, guys, should be blue in color. Now this colon and this semicolon is basically called as syntax of CSS programming. Syntax. What do you mean by syntax? Basically, when you are speaking in English or you're writing something in English, you have something called as grammar. If your language, if your English language is not grammatically correct, people will find it hard to understand. The same thing happens inside of coding as well. Coding also has its set of rules and regulations or grammars that is called as syntax, guys. Okay, so here for CSS code, your syntax is that after color you have to put a colon, and then after completing one of your code you have to put up a semicolon at the end. Okay, so we are going to save this. We are going to go back to our website and reload the page. As you're able to see now, our h1 tag is blue in color. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Your h1 tag right now is blue in color, guys. Let us see what is internal CSS right now. As the name suggests, internal CSS is basically CSS that is in the same file as your HTML code. Okay, internal CSS basically means your CSS code lives in the same file. It need not be in the same line as your HTML code, but it should be in the same file as your HTML code itself. Let's see, if we want to convert this h3 tag, okay, into red color. Want to convert this h3 tag into red color itself. So what we are going to do is we are going to go above, and inside of the head tag, we're going to create another tag called as the style tag, guys. Okay, we are going to create another tag called as the style tag. Now, please try to understand it that CSS is also not something, your code that you're writing right over there does not appear on your screen. It is basically adding some extra information to what already exists on your screen itself. Whether it be a color, whether it be the background color, whether it be the size of an image, all this is some extra information, some extra metadata right over there. So CSS also is treated as a metadata itself, guys. That is the reason why inside of internal CSS, you put your CSS inside of the head tag. So in between the style tag, the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to first select the tag that we want to apply the changes to which we want to change the color of. Okay, so we want to select the h3 tag right over here, guys. What is the tag that we want to select? The h3 tag, guys. As you're able to see here, I've selected the h3 tag, and then inside of these curly braces, I'm going to write what changes I want to get applied to this h3 tag. This is called as a selector, guys. I'm selecting the h3 tag. Okay, this is called as a selector. I'm selecting the h3 tag itself. Okay, right over here, guys, we are going to write color. I'm going to set the color to red itself, and then semicolon right over here. We are going to save it. Then we are going to go back to our website and reload the page itself. As you're able to see now, our h3 tag is coming up in red color itself, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Your h3 tag is coming up in red color right over here, guys. Okay. The next thing that we need to understand right over here is what is external CSS. Okay. Now, external CSS, as the name suggests, is a particular, we are putting up CSS outside the HTML like file itself. Your CSS right now is not present inside of your HTML file. It is present outside the HTML file itself. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new file right over here, guys. We're going to create a new file. We are going to call it as style styles.css. Okay, we're going to call or styles.css, whatever you prefer. Okay, styles.css, guys. This is a .css file. This is where your CSS code will be kept in place. I want to change all the text on my screen, all the paragraph text on my screen. I want to change its color to green. All the paragraph text that is present on my screen, guys, I want to change it to green color. So first I need to select the tag that I want to apply the changes to. Right now, guys, our aim is not to understand all the CSS things that we can do. First, here we are present to understand what are the three ways in which we can add CSS to our website. Please be slow. I know that you guys want to go very fast. You want to run like the wind itself. You are all bullet trains right over here. But that is not the aim, right? Our aim is to go step by step. So let us take one step at a time. We have just started learning CSS. Okay, up till this point of time, there were only two things that we knew about CSS. First, that CSS full form is cascading style sheets. The second thing that we knew was it is used to apply styling. So do not be bullet trains right over here. Please slow yourself a little bit down. Become bullock carts so that you are able to understand each and every topic. Because your foundations are not strong. Whatever you, even if you put up a Burj Khalifa on top of it and your foundation is not strong, that Burj Khalifa will die. Okay, it will fall down itself. Make your foundation strong first of all. Go step by step. Okay, so right over here, guys, we are going to see how to put up. So we are going to select the paragraph tag right over here, guys. We're going to select the paragraph tag and we are going to apply the changes, that is color. And that we are going to change it to green. Okay, we are going to change the color to green right over here, guys. As you're able to see, we have selected paragraph tag. Okay, and we have changed the color to green right over here, guys. If we save this and go back to our website, you will be able to see that nothing happens. Nothing happens. Our paragraph elements are still, okay, our paragraph elements are still black in color. The reason for that is your web browser only reads your HTML code itself. Your web browser only reads your HTML code itself. Okay, although your styles.css file exists, but right over here inside of your HTML code itself, are you able to see anywhere where we have told HTML that that particular file, styles.css file, actually exists at any particular point of time? Are you guys able to understand? See, linking, link this file, but why do we need to link the file? You need to understand, right? Like I said, your foundations need to be strong right over there. Why do we need to link the file? Because your browser only reads your HTML file, guys. Only reads your HTML file. And inside of the HTML file, nowhere it is mentioned that there is another file out there called as the styles.css. There is nowhere that it is mentioned. So what we will do is we are going to use another tag that is there called as the link tag, guys. We're going to use another tag that is there called as the link tag, guys. Okay, and this we are going to link the styles.css file right over here, guys. Okay, we are going to link the styles.css file right over here. So this link tag takes up two attributes right over here, guys. The relationship or the rel attribute. The relationship. What is the relationship between the current HTML file and the CSS file itself, guys? Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. What is the current relationship between the HTML file and the styles.css file that we are linking right over here? The relationship is that the styles.css file is the style sheet, the sheet that contains the styling for our HTML file itself, guys. That is the relationship right over here. And you are having your href, that is your reference itself to your styles.css file. Now we're going to save it. We are going to go back to our website and reload our page. As you're able to see now, all the paragraph tags, guys. This is a paragraph tag. This is a paragraph tag. All the paragraph tags right now are green in color. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. All the paragraph tags right now are green in color itself, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know, guys. Yes. The next thing that we need to understand right over here is what is the, first of all, what is the hierarchy of using all these three types of attachments itself, whether it be external, internal, or inline. What is the hierarchy behind them? For example, inside of the external file itself, I'm putting up that h1 from now on will be color would be red in color. Okay, color would be red in color. So in the external file, I'm putting up that the h1 tag should be red in color, guys. Please remember this, guys. Please remember this. In the external file, I'm putting up that the h1 tag should be red in color. Then inside of the internal, I'm putting up that the h1 tag should be green in color. Okay, I'm putting up inside of the internal itself that the h1 tag should be green in color, and then internal CSS is saying that the h1 tag should be blue in color. Which particular color will get applied? Right now we are using three different ways of putting up CSS. One is blue inside of the internal, one is green inside of the inline is blue, internal is green, and external is red. Which particular color will get applied right over there, guys? Which particular color will get applied right over there, guys? What do you think? What do you think, guys? Even if you don't know, it's fine, guys. Even if you don't know, it's fine. Just use a little bit of logic to understand it. Somebody's saying red, somebody's saying green, somebody's saying blue. The answer is blue, guys. The answer is blue. If you go back to our website and reload the page, as you're able to see, the h1 tag is still blue in color. The reason for that is there is some hierarchy. Okay, the internal is basically saying that, okay, this particular cup itself is blue in color. It is holding it in the hand by the neck itself and saying that this particular cup from now on will be blue in color. Internal is basically saying that it is kept somewhere. Your particular cup is kept near you, and it is saying that particular cup should be green in color. And the external file is saying that that cup in the next house, that cup that is present in my neighbor's house itself should be red in color. So who has the most power right over here? The person who is holding this particular cup by its neck, that has the most power to influence over, right? So due to that reason, there is a hierarchy right over here. If you are having an inline CSS, that inline CSS will then act upon your particular item itself, or your tag. Then your preference is given to the internal CSS, then your preference is given to the external CSS. Okay, are you guys able to understand? If the inline CSS was not there, then internal CSS will be something that will get applied. If internal CSS is also not there, then external CSS will get applied, guys. But now coming to a very important point itself, guys, that you never ever a good practice. So this is a very important interview question, that if you are like creating a website, which particular type of CSS would you use? Would you use internal? Would you use inline? Or would you use external CSS? Which CSS would you use? Could you guys let me know? It's a very important interview question, guys. The answer to this is that you never ever, and a thousand more evers, use internal or inline CSS. You should always avoid using internal and inline CSS, because it becomes less reusable. Your reusability of code and the scope of your code becomes very small when you're using inline CSS, because that CSS is basically just expanding your HTML code. What is happening when you're using inline CSS? Your HTML code and your CSS code is getting intermixed. So developers find it very hard to work upon it. Secondly, if you are using internal CSS, you are able to separate your HTML and your CSS code itself. But still your CSS code is present inside of the same file as your HTML code, making your HTML code very big. You don't want that. You want your code to be as portable and as small as possible. That is the reason why we use external CSS. This is the reason that you will have to give in the interviews. That why do we use external CSS? That is the main question right over there. Inline CSS makes our code just like merge with the HTML code. We don't want that. It is very difficult to work with. Internal CSS basically is separate. We are able to separate the HTML and CSS code, but it is still in the same file, making the file size very big. That is the reason why we never use these. We always use external CSS. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Always use external CSS at all times. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Great. So this is something that I wanted you guys to understand. Let us just refresh the page itself. Amazing. Okay. The next thing that we need to learn about, just the basics of CSS first we are starting out with, is some of the terminologies while dealing with CSS, guys. Okay, some of the important terminologies that while dealing with CSS. So when you're writing a particular code in CSS, it will look something like this, guys. This is how your CSS code will look like when you're writing your code. This is a CSS file will look like. Okay, so we need to understand that you are able to see that every single block, I can create some rectangles right over here that contain some pieces of code. We are able to separate the code in these boxes. Are you guys able to see this? We are able to separate these codes into boxes itself, right? So we need to understand one of the things that what are the terminologies right over here, guys. Some of the important technical terminologies, okay? Because now you guys are not just normal humans. You are developers. You have elevated yourself. You have promoted yourself. You have upgraded yourself. So as developers, we need to use your development terminologies right over here. Inline code makes fast response. External code helps in readability. But what is the use of internal code then? So, for example, somewhere along the line you want to make a one-off change, you can use an internal CSS, but that is like justified against it. The initial versions of HTML code, when first time HTML and CSS were introduced, there was only internal CSS that was available and inline CSS. There was no external CSS. This has come with other versions of HTML and CSS, guys. That previous versions have always been kept right over here to cater to old type of websites. So it is there. You need to know about it, but you don't need to use it. That is the point. Okay. So right over here, guys, these are some of the important terminologies associated with CSS that you guys need to understand right over here. Okay. The first thing, like I said, is the selector, guys. Let me change the color. I guess this color is not visible. Is the thickness a bit as well. Okay, so this is called as the selector, guys. The tag that you want to change, okay, the tag upon which you want to apply your CSS styling to, that is called as your selector, guys. That is called as the selector. Each of these boxes that you are able to see is called as a rule set. Each of these boxes that you are able to see right over here is called as rule set, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Each of these boxes that you are able to see right over here is called as a rule set, guys. Okay, your tag that you are selecting right over here is called as the selector, and the code that you are writing, the style changes that you want to apply, is called as the declaration block. Okay, the code, this block of code that you want to get applied to that particular selector itself is called as your declaration block. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know. The three components of your CSS code, these are the three important terminologies that you need to remember, guys. A rule set, that is each of these boxes itself is called as a rule set. Okay, the selector itself, and then the things that you want to change inside of it. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so now that you guys are able to understand this, the next thing that we need to learn about is classes and IDs, guys. Okay, another very important concept in CSS before moving further is classes and IDs. Okay, so let us try to understand these as well. Now, I hope that everybody present right over here has been a part of a particular college. So in your school itself, did you guys had an annual day function? In your school itself, did you guys had an annual day function itself? Please let me know. In your school, did you guys had an annual day function where like the students will be made to wear some like very improper clothes itself, some red, yellow, green color clothes, and told to dance in front of like 500 different strangers itself, right? That was a concept of fun back in school, right? So let us create our very own school of DevTown, guys. Okay, we'll create our very own school of DevTown right over here. So school of DevTown. In this particular school of DevTown, guys, we are going to have this. So this is our school, guys, and these are students. So these are all the students that are present inside of this particular school, guys. Okay, these are all the students that are present inside of our school of DevTown. Now, every single student present inside of the school has a unique roll number or a unique ID itself, right, guys? Please let me know. To identify the student uniquely, every single student present in the school has a unique roll number, a unique ID associated with them. No other student inside of the entire school will have the same roll number or the same ID, right? No other student present inside of the entire school itself will have the same roll number or the same ID. Let us put up their IDs itself, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. These are the roll numbers of these students. As you're able to see, no two students inside of the same school has the same roll number. Everybody has a unique, has a different ID itself. The second particular thing is some of these students are grouped together inside of classes, right? Let us group them together inside of classes as well. So this is class, let's assume 10A. Okay, this is class 10B. This is class 10C. This is class 10D, right? So we are able to CLASSE. We are able to group different students together inside of the same class as well, right? Are you guys able to think about it? Like just like a school, guys. I think so. Everybody has been in a school, so I don't think so. I have to explain what are classes and what are IDs itself, right? It's the exact same thing that happened with you guys when you were in school, right? So let us think about it in such a way. If I say that all the students of class 10A are going to wear red color clothes inside of our annual day function, all the students of class 10A are going to wear red color clothes inside of the annual function. So class 10A, I'm assigning the red color itself. So all the students inside of the annual function will wear red color clothes. All the students of class 10A will be wearing red color clothes. Am I right or wrong, guys? Please let me know. Everybody will be wearing red color clothes right over there. Right, guys? Again, like I said, let's see is as if like all the students who are inside of class 10B will be wearing violet color clothes. They will be wearing violet color clothes. So all the students of class 10B will be wearing violet color clothes in that particular format. The same particular styling gets applied to every single student that has a class of 10B. And similar to that, let us assign some other colors as well to the other students as well. Uh, these students are wearing the golden color clothes. So gold. And this particular student is wearing green color clothes itself. So green I'm putting up as the color for class 10D. So every single student is getting assigned a particular color based on its class, based on its class itself. Now, if I come and say this student having this roll number 7, okay, the student having this roll number 7 itself is a particular student that I do not like at all. I don't like this student having the roll number 7. I'm the principal of this school itself. Okay. I don't like this student. Okay. So I want him to wear black color clothes when he goes to the annual day function. If I say that the student, okay, although the class 10B, okay, although the class 10B itself is basically wearing violet color clothes. But if I say that the student having the roll number 7 in particular, I'm pointing him out. Okay, I'm pointing him out. It's that student having the roll number 7. You in particular are going to wear black color clothes. Then instead of violet, even though his entire class is wearing violet color clothes, because I'm pointing him out right over there, this student now will be wearing black color clothes while dancing. And he will be the only one who everybody will be able to see. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? And if I'm selecting somebody by his roll number or by his ID itself, even though his class is wearing violet color clothes, but because I'm pointing him out right over there, he's going to wear black color clothes itself. Now think about it in the same way for a website. Think that the school of DevTown is not just a school but DevTown's website. This is a DevTown's website right over there, guys. Okay, this is a DevTown's website from now onwards. All these students are nothing else but elements on our screen, guys. Elements or tags on our screen. Some of them are h1 tags, some of them are paragraph tags, but these are just tags. These are just elements on your screen itself. So every tag can have its very own class. Every tag can have its very own IDs. We can group multiple tags together inside of the same class. We can put up an individual unique ID to every single tag as well. Are you guys able to understand this? And then instead of using the tag as the selector, we can select a class, we can select an ID to apply our changes right over here. Are you guys able to understand this? Let us look at this practically so that, see, just try to mirror both of the topics together, guys. Just mirror both of the topics together. You will easily be able to understand it. Let us see that in a practical sense right over here so that you guys are easily able to understand it. Let us make a lot of h1 tags. Okay, let us create a lot of h1 tags right over here on our screen. Control C, Control V, Control V, 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 V. Save this. Let us go back to our website, reload our page. As you're able to see, we are having a lot of h1 tags on our screen, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. We are having a lot of h1 tags on our screen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 h1 tags are there on our screen, guys. But because inside of styles.css, we have selected that all the h1 tags should be of red color, guys. Here, as you're able to see, we have selected all the h1 tags should be of red color. Due to that clear reason itself, every single h1 tag on our screen, guys, every single h1 tag is getting, because everyone is an h1 tag itself, right? Everyone is an h1 tag. This is just as me saying all the students are going to wear red color clothes. All the students inside of the entire school is going to wear red color clothes itself. Okay, but we don't want that. So what we do is we are going to shift all the odd tags, the first tag, the third tag, the fifth tag, the seventh tag, and ninth tag as our class in one class called as the odd class. All the odd occurring h1 tags, we are going to put them all together inside of one particular class itself. That is the odd class. Let us go back and let us see how to put up a class. So this, we want to put up a class of odd, guys. As you're able to see, the first particular h1 tag, because that is one is odd, so we have put it up inside of a class called as odd. The third tag as well inside of a class called as odd. The fourth tag as well inside of a class called as odd. The fifth tag as well inside of a class called as odd, and so on and so forth. So all the odd occurring tags, I've given it a class of odd. Now how to select a class? Okay, we know how to select an h1 tag, right? To select an h1 tag, it is very, okay, again I'm going to tell you guys, so those Arjun, Afzal, okay, all you guys will not be able to get your attendance. Okay, the reason for that is very simple, because you guys are here for the attendance, not for the class itself. So those guys who are asking just for the attendance, you guys can leave right now. It is no use of staying in the class, because you guys are not here for the class itself. So, and you guys will not be able to get the attendance as well. So you guys can leave the class immediately. You don't have to worry about it. If you are here for learning, stay here, learn right over here. If you are here for the certificates and just the attendance, leave immediately. You will not be able to get your neither the attendance nor the certificates. Okay, so right over here, guys, what we're going to do is we are going to select, instead of selecting the h1 tag as the selector, right over here, our selector is the h1 tag, guys. We want to select the odd class. Want to select the odd class. So we'll look at our PPT, and as you're able to see, to select a class, we put a dot in front of the class name. We put a dot in front of the class name, as you are able to see. So if our class name is odd, we'll put dot and then odd right over here, guys. Just select that particular class. Okay. To select that particular class, we'll put a dot and then odd right over here, guys. We'll go back. We'll do that right over here. We'll select dot odd. That is our selector to select the class odd. I'm going to put up the color of blue. And blue. We'll save it. So as you're able to see, we have selected the class of odd, guys, having the color of blue. We go back to our website and reload our page. As you're able to see, all the odd tags right now are blue in color. All the odd tags right now are blue in color, guys. Are you guys able to see this? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know as well. Are you guys able to understand this? That we assigned a class of odd, and now we selected the odd class with all the different tags that are present inside of that particular class, and we are changing the color of that particular class. So all the students present in that class have changed their color to blue. I want this particular tag in particular to be black in color, guys. I want this particular tag, or green. I want this particular tag in the middle to be green in color. Okay. I want this particular tag in the middle to be green in color itself, guys. So let us go back and let us put up a ID, because that is the only tag that I want to be green in color. So I'm going to assign it an ID as well, guys. ID of what should we give? STU. Okay, ID of STU, a unique ID. The same ID you cannot use anywhere else on the same website. Why? Because it is a unique ID. No two students should have the exact same ID, guys. No two elements or tags should have the same ID. So this should be a unique ID. As you're able to see, the h1 tag has a class of odd and an ID of STU as well. And we're going to go back into our CSS to select an ID, guys. To select an ID, we use a hash. And then the name of the ID, that is STU, that is the name of the ID itself, guys. So hash STU to select the ID, and we're going to set the color to green. So as you're able to see, just like that particular student itself, this also has a class as well as an ID. The class is saying that it should be blue in color. The ID is saying that it should be green in color itself. So which particular color will get applied to it, guys? Could you guys let me know? Which particular color will get applied right over here? Whether it will be blue according to the class, or whether it will be green according to the ID itself, guys. What do you think? It will be green, right? In the case of that student as well, what did we see? That if we are pointing that student out, that you with this particular ID in particular are going to be green in color, it should be green. So let us go back to our website and reload our page itself. As we're able to see, now that particular tag is green in color, guys. That particular tag itself is green in color now. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know. Are you guys able to understand this, guys? Please let me know, guys. Are you guys able to understand this? Please let me know, guys. Yes? Okay, great. So now I will stop right over here. Tomorrow what we will do is we are going to look at some of the other things inside of it itself. For example, we are going to look at pixels, percentages, VW, VH, EM, all these different ways of playing around with the sizes inside of our code itself, how to make our website responsive again. Okay, so all these different things that are there, guys, you don't have to worry about it. We are going to see it right over here. For those who are not able to understand it, just rewatch the last part of the video once again. You should be able to understand it. Even if then also you're not able to understand it, what is the function of STU? There's a random ID I'm assigning right over there, guys. It can be anything, whatever you like. There's a random unique ID, just like roll number 7, roll number 10. So I'm putting up a random roll number, a random ID right over there itself, guys. Okay. So right now I'll be giving you guys the attendance for today. Okay, give me a second. Let me find the attendance for today's class. Create the attendance for today's class. Zero 04 04 fonts, link, and share. I think so I've written 04 itself, right? Okay, so I'm providing you guys the attendance. The attendance will be closed exactly at 9:03. So please start filling up your attendance right now itself, guys. Okay, at 9:03 the attendance will be closed. So please start filling up your attendance right over here. Yes, of course, in the future as well, we'll have a lot of courses on HTML and CSS. You don't have to worry about it. Okay, we'll have it at W point of time. So I'm providing you guys with the attendance link. The attendance will be closed exactly at 9:03, guys. At 9:03, the attendance link will be closed. I provided you guys with a lot of attendance up till this point of time. I think so that should be more than sufficient for you guys. So we'll meet in tomorrow's class on time once again, guys. Please make sure that you guys are able to come to tomorrow's class on time. Do not forget about it. Okay, and we'll continue learning from right over there itself, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day ahead. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye, guys. Bye.